Shout out to everyone out there. Thank you for jumping on into the content. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Let's jump on into it. Today, I do my macro technical analysis video every single Friday. We go over Bitcoin. We go over total 3, Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance, the DXY, the S&P futures, the NASDAQ futures, gold, Sol Bitcoin, and another coin that you may want to know about. I'm going to keep it packed. So let's get into it. Let's break down Bitcoin, what I see happening for the week ahead. Watch these each week to see where I end up at the end of the week and see if my predictions for today and my projection for today end up with the probabilities that I set out next week. So right here, super oversold in the stochastics. RSI coming to the medium line. MACD about to cross, looking like a bull flag that wants to do some damage. You know, I recently did one thing. I said, you know what? I'll extrapolate, that fact that this came out, these candles got back inside, that's the bull flag. And the same thing here, broke out, got back inside, that's the bull flag. Super bullish on the weekly, breaking to the upside. I'm sticking to the fact that we are likely going to break out here. A bull flag of this nature breaks out 68% of the time. So most of the time, this is going to break out with low stochastics, the indicators all suggesting we can get a move to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here. This candle will close above 61,005. That's the key area that I want us to see us hold. Then we can go back to 64 and to 68,000. It's fine if we kind of hang out in this region, but in the next week, I don't want to see us end up down here back to the bottom of the pattern. It wouldn't be the worst. I'd like to see this next candle close above 64,200, above this trend line. We can start to get that momentum. We close above 64,200, 68,000's in the cards, and then we're on our way to the all-time highs at $70,000 to $73,000. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin for the week. I see a pretty big move coming. The daily looks like it may want to pull back. It's a little far away from the 21-day moving average. We have two scenarios in my mind, and they're both bullish, but the daily pulls back, makes a bit of a cup with a handle. We touch the 21 somewhere above this point of control, and we bounce to the upside again. Or do we get above this in the next 2 or 3 days, close a candle above the 200 MA, and then just start our bigger tear? There's a double bottom on the daily that we've been talking about with the measured move to about $66,000, $67,000. That's likely. There's a 68% chance that continues to play out. So that's still on the radar for us here for Bitcoin. All right. And so that's kind of your macro analysis for Bitcoin. The weekly looks great. The daily just may get a slight pullback before we pump. Next week, I'd say we're either breaking out of this flag that we made after 5 days, or we're above this pumping pretty heavily. But I see a bullish move for Bitcoin. The total market cap's in a beautiful cup and handle, looking absolutely lovely, super oversold, everything looking like it's going to blast. Again, if we were to lose this level at 1.87, we would have to come test 1.5, and we'll deal with that. But the tight moving averages, the Sammy cup and handy, Samuel cup and handle, everything looking pretty nice for a move here to the upside on the total market cap. And that, if we continue, that would put us somewhere by $4 trillion by 2025, and everyone thinks we can go higher than that. I also think we should be going to 6 or 7, considering we hit 3 in the last rally and we started below, $1 trillion. So you think here we could go all the way to maybe 7 or 8, but that's also speculative. We'll see what happens. The total market cap and all of cryptocurrency, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, is total 3. So we looked at Bitcoin total. Now we're looking at total 3. This is also has hidden bullish divergence on the 3-day chart. Looks very, very bullish for a move to that $770 billion and then all the way up to $1.1 trillion. The altcoins would reach $1 trillion market cap. It would be an awesome, awesome thing. We'd be back to where we were in that last rally, maybe for our continuation for a double up too from that 2 trillion would be awesome. Right now, I want to see that we hold this level where we're at about 550 bill. As long as we hold that, you don't want to come back down and test $500 billion. We want to flip 621, 620, and then continue to 770. I see a move to the upside. The 3-day, the weekly, they all look very bullish. That's a cup and handle with hidden bullish divergence. When I pulled a mini fib here, even from this level to that level, I got the 786 in the golden pocket. That is combined influence. I take this type of model over and over again on multiple assets throughout the world. I like what I'm seeing. This is telling me alt season is about to brew. Alts are about to explode. I've been buying up altcoins throughout the bear market and in these dips, kind of getting my bags ready for these bigger moves. So again, I could be wrong, but the probability is very high that I'm correct here, that we're going to have a huge move for alt season. Last week was the first time I even mentioned it. I hadn't mentioned it on my macro analysis video at all. Bitcoin dominance had a big spike, but there's some bearish divergence here. Could we get a relief rally here for Bitcoin dominance? Looks like Bitcoin's going to pull back, and the altcoins may get some love here. So the next 2-3 days, we may get an altcoin rally this weekend as Bitcoin pulls back. Let's hope it pulls back slowly and not too violently, and it won't hurt the altcoins too bad, and that money could flow out of Bitcoin into the altcoins. However, I still see a bounce, and I see Bitcoin going on a big tear here and breaking into that 161, into that 61 percentage level there, 61.72 for Bitcoin dominance. But I'm overall bullish on Bitcoin dominance, but I do see a little bit of a pullback in the next 4 to 5 days. When we look at Tether dominance on the 3-day chart, we're in this giant inverted cup and handle. You flipped it, it looks just like, right? And that's what the altcoin should look like. Tether dominance should look like the opposite of the altcoin. So when the altcoin starts to rip, people are going to sell out of their Tether, and that's going to start moving to the downside. I've been unloading a lot of Tether too recently. I do keep a stash of it, but I've been loading a lot of it, and it's been going further to the downside as well. So I see this as a bear flag, and I see a move further to the downside for Tether dominance. The DXY was in a symmetrical triangle. They're bearish. It did break to the downside. This is the dollar. And then we came down to bounce off the 200 MA on the weekly. We're looking for this to make a bit of a bear flag and continue to the downside. And this is kind of what's likely going to happen. This is the scenario here. And if this happens, the DXY will drop, stock market will pump, and everything's setting up for this big pump, October, November, December, and maybe even into the spring. So I like what I'm seeing here. I'd like to see a weekly candle close below the 200 MA to continue us further to the downside. But so far, everything that we've talked about, all the things we went over, the shoulder, this head, this right shoulder, the symmetrical triangle, this shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, right? All this is coming to play. The bearishness for the dollar is coming in, and BRICS selling off the dollar too as well is also helping this, creating this kind of, double up movement here. The S&P futures, I gave you this call 2 weeks ago. I talked about it with the stop loss and everything. Stop loss can be moved to break even at this point. I said they're going to print this money. Do not think they're going to M pattern us down. Look for the bounce off the bottom trend line. We pulled a fib 2 and everything, and there we had that move for the S&P to the upside. It was a beautiful, beautiful pump, and we've been pumping ever since that $5,400 level all the way back to the all-time high. S&P has never been this high. A little bit of bearish dip there tells us to be careful, but I see a bullish retest off the top of this trend line and a continuation. They're going to print this money. I see the S&P continuing all the way to December of 2024 and just pump, pump, pump. Looks like a huge pump is coming considering the rate hike. They have the rate cut. They just cut the rates huge, and that's creating a frenzy. The NASDAQ, look at that. Double bottom with the higher low. Even if it gets a little bit rejected here, which it may, the daily's getting a little high. We may come down. Like I see sideways consolidation before a massive move up. So I'm giving you your macro analysis that we're likely going sideways and taking a huge pump to the upside. We talked about gold last week and said it was going to break out of this flag. It did exactly that. I see the target for gold at $2,700 and then headed all the way up to $3,000 an ounce. I've been buying and selling and holding gold since it was $860, $900. So I've now tripled my money on gold. It took 10 years, but hey, I didn't lose to inflation, right? I kept that money where it was. So far, so good. Again, I don't keep all my money in gold, but I do keep, I keep some gold. And there you have it. Gold getting that move to the upside, and I like it. I see this continuing. I don't see it slowing down as they continue to print this money. And just look for flags on maybe the 15 and the 1 hour, but I see this continuing on the bigger time frame. Only a matter of time till gold gets all the way back up to all the way to 2,700 and then to $3,000 an ounce. Gold on a massive tear. When you print money like this, gold's going to go up. Real estate's going to go up. Stock market, it is what it is. Solana Bitcoin still holding sideways, which means Solana's holding its value with Bitcoin. And that's key. Once Bitcoin gets its major bull run up, I believe Solana runs up with it. And then when Bitcoin takes those little pullbacks, Solana continues to take the market. And it's only a matter of time till Solana beats up on Bitcoin. I see 118% gains coming out of a Sol BTC trade. And last but not least, I see Casper coiling up and getting tighter and tighter. KRC20, the craze. The market getting awesome, right? The proof of work, layer 1, really just damaging the market, being amazing. I see Casper heading all the way up to 37. I hold a big old bag of Casper, just so you know, over 100 grand. I believe in it. I've been in it since less than a penny, where this is one of our big winners. We're up a 15x and continuing on this move for Casper. So I'm excited to see where Casper goes. We're up a 17x actually at 17 cents. So only a matter of time, but I see Casper continuing, and a move to 37 cents seems imminent. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I love y'all. Thank you so much. And I'll catch you on the next video.